Okay, so to create this idea of having a blank face, first thing we're going to do is duplicate the background layer. Oop, wrong one. So it's not create a new layer. It's going to be to duplicate this. You could also just right click that and select duplicate layer. We're then going to turn that one off so we're not making any effects to that. And then we're going to find this clone tool. Remember, if you alt left click, we're defining where we're copying from. And so down here, maybe I'd zoom in to see these features. I'm holding the space bar and left clicking and dragging to pan. And now I'm going to left click to copy. And the little plus sign there is showing us where we're going to copy from. The circle shows us where we're copying to. So I'm going to continue to keep alt left clicking to redefine. So whenever you see that target come up, that means that I am redefining that source location, because you're not always going to be copying. So in this case, I'm copying from the top down. So that's where that plus is now above it as opposed to below it. So now we have something like this. That face is kind of pretty much smoothed over. We can go then to the smudge tool, which I have accessed this way, and we can kind of smooth in those features. Alright, kind of blur them in a way. Alright, so that would be the process of kind of getting rid of that face. And then what we're going to do to get the draggable part, now I'm going to go to this layer. I'm going to turn this one on. I'll turn this one off just so we can see the original. Get all of our parts back. Make sure you do select this layer. Then I'm going to use just the lasso tool. I'll go around and kind of trace a line around. So if I wanted this draggable item, alright, to be there. So now I'll right click it and I'll just say layer via copy. So now if I were to turn off these other layers, I would have this, and if I had this kind of simulating our soundboard or our draggable, what am I doing here? Oh, I'd have to bring this to the top. So now I would be able to bring that eyeball there. So that would be the process for that, and then you can just import your stuff into Animate. Make sure that you have all those layers selected or the appropriate ones, and kind of set up your artwork from that way. So remember, at least 4 draggable items. So I guess the 2 eyes would be, I would kind of consider that as one, and the mouth. So you'd have to have 2 alternate versions of the eyes and the mouth for that viewer to use.